Hi people, Marino Raven back here again. This is going to be a really quick video, and as you can tell from the header, it's going to be about a neutral topic. I'm going to briefly discuss what it means usually when institutions don't divulge or better said, when they withhold information, essential information. Now, pretty much all of us know that usually when you're looking for a job, you'll come across employers, so companies and whatnot, that have open vacancies or have plain vacancies. And one thing that everyone notices is that some of these companies, a good deal of them, they don't indicate your salary. They don't indicate how much money you'll be making. The reason for this in general is that they simply want to withhold as much information as possible so that they can do as they please. For example, pay newer employees, so employees that have been with the company longer. Employees that are practically new compared to you, who might have been with the company for an extended amount of time, years even. That they can pay the person, or they have the leverage, they have the space, they have the gap to pay that person either as much as you or even more as you. Of course, it's not a black and white matter. Your level of education and your qualifications and the amount of work experience you have also comes into play. But generally speaking, that's why. And of course, it does not paint it's not a pretty picture. It's not something that makes a good impression. Not on me personally, in any case, because I know what time it is. Okay, usually companies that do stuff like this are red flags. They're companies that you need to be on the lookout for. They're usually companies where you have no future and the job is a deadbeat job where you're going to be stuck at, hypothetically speaking, for the rest of your life without any future or any potential for growth, career-wise as well as financially. But this is not limited to companies. Also in listings, when people sell stuff, what you will notice undoubtedly is that a good deal of people, anything ranging from real estate to vehicles, anything in between, they usually don't list prices. For small minor accessories, people will list prices because generally speaking, it's a small item. Okay, it's not something that you can make a lot of money off of. But when you see, for example, that a house does not list the price specifically, or a building is not listed alongside the price, you name it, it's simply a matter of being honest and forthwith and forthcoming. But we all know what society can be like, and that you've got a couple of leeches and parasites out there, more than a couple, sorry. So yeah, they'll use every tactic in the book, whether it be commercially or otherwise, every strategy to screw you over, hypothetically speaking, in some cases literally. And it's the same thing. Basically, they deliberately withhold the price. Of course, I think more than a few people, let alone me, can see straight through that. But they simply do it because they want to have the leverage to basically bait you into, or try to throw it in your face. They want to bait you into buying whatever they're selling. That's my point. So they're not going to openly state the price for you as in, hey, listen, this is how much it costs. I, for example, personally have seen real estate that where you can clearly tell that it's going to be laughably and unreasonably expensive, and they're going to tell you, okay, make contact or arrange a viewing or similar to inquire about the pricing specifically. So they're going to throw every seller's tactic at you if you're interested in the house and if you arrange a viewing, and they're not going to tell you anything. They're just going to literally try to sell it to you as best as possible. They're going to try to make it come off as if they're selling the former president or prime minister's house to you, and only at the end will you hear, you know, when you discuss pricing, yes, the price for this is only $5 million. And you're like, what? A house that looks like it's worth like a $500,000 costs $5 million. That's what I'm talking about. And essentially the person wasted your time and effort and energy for nothing. Okay, so if you're someone that's naive, relatively speaking, or you're young and naive and you don't know better, then you're going to catch on pretty quick. With minor accessories, simple stuff that's being sold, like a bag or you name it, or a cell phone, it's a small item, so they can't pull that trick on you, to put it that way. But when it comes to stuff like vehicles, real estate, things that are expensive in general, they're rarely going to add the price because they're not going to be honest and straightforward with you. They'll try to screw you over to the point where they can actually pin it on you. They can basically goad you or force you into buying whatever it is that they're selling. And yeah, that's definitely something that you need to be on the lookout for, of course. It's the same thing, like I said, with companies that are hiring people. They literally just are trying to screw you over. They're trying to take advantage of you any way they can. So they're never going to indicate the pricing as in, hey, listen. I think a lot of people, I'm pretty sure of it, that a lot of people would be happy. They would be happy if, the world could be forthwith and forthcoming and just honest, that you're looking for work and you see how much a job pays as in, oh, okay, this thing pays like $12 an hour. This thing pays like $3,000 a month, $4,000 a month. Okay, it's straightforward. Just cut through the bullshit. No thingy. No catches. Nothing unexpected. But yeah, unfortunately, you can put it on equal footing with like a million terms and conditions in terms of services that companies have, especially big companies. The biggest companies, they have a bunch of terms of services in which you have no idea because no one's going to read that because it's too boring. No one has the time for that to go through all of that unless you're in deep crap and you need a lawyer and the lawyer is forced to read it because he needs to defend you adequately. And the company's lawyer is going to say, hey, look at paragraph 6, article 12, blah, blah, blah. No one's going to read the terms of service. When usually people sign up for stuff, including me, you just click everything. I agree. You just click the checkbox and blah, blah, blah. End of story. You don't bother with stuff like that, okay? Because it's too tedious, too boring. But in doing so, you have no idea what you're agreeing to. Most of us just assume, again, including me, we just assume that the company's not going to do anything bad and that it should work out in the end and that there's nothing genuinely harmful in the terms of service. But there are exceptional cases in which if things really get complicated in a negative way between you and said company, then they'll have a legal leverage to screw you over or a legal loophole to do so. And like I said, it's another, you can put that on equal footing. You can put an elaborate terms of service that is misleading on equal footing with and misdirective, on equal footing with hiding prices for goods and services, as well as employers hiding general salary or wages or income. Like I said, it's simply part of, let's just say, what I like to call commercial or business strategies that are meant to take advantage of the quote-unquote victim that can be unsuspecting depending on the victim himself or herself. That's all. Unfortunately, we live in a world where a good deal of companies and establishments and institutions will literally try every trick in the book. They'll do whatever it takes to make as much money off of you as possible or similar, or try to have the upper hand, okay? And morality, the era we find ourselves in is of such a nature that... Get in my belly! Sorry, just ignore my ringtone. That morality just goes out the window. In any case, that's all. See you guys later. Bye.